Hey everybody, this is Waldorf.
This is Statler.
And now we have Battle Report 171.
171.
Ogre Cons versus the Orcs and Goblins.
Strength in Numbers Tournament, game number 4. The Return of the Poo Pizza.
The Return of the Poo Pizza. Moving on. Game 4. This is Sunday morning. Get up and I'm looking at the same army list. So take a look if you want to.
Were you awake?
We're moving on. I was awake for this one.
Did you have sunglasses on?
I did not do the Brad move.
Okay.
This guy.
No Bloody Mary in the morning to wake you up?
No.
No 18 cups of coffee?
No.
Okay.
He had a Feral Orc Warlord. He was the general on a boar. Light armor, paired weapons, Shady Shankin, Potion of Swiftness, Dragon Staff, Essence of Mithril.
Okay.
I like the build, but
not as much.
Why take the Dragon Staff when you can take the ale?
Yeah.
The Troll Ale flask.
Yeah.
Anyway, Forest Goblin King with paired weapons and the Hero's Heart, riding a Gargantula.
Gargantula.
Common Goblin Chief, who's a BSB with Mazazappin Bow and the Banner of Discipline.
Wow, somebody actually takes that. Okay.
Goblin Witch Doctor with Lightning Vambraces and the Master of Witchcraft.
Okay.
20 Forest Goblins with Musician Bow, and these are skirmish, so they're not scoring.
Okay.
10 Common Goblin Raiders.
Okay.
20 Feral Orc Ed Bashers with Spears, Standard, Green Tide Banner.
Okay.
2 Goblin Wolf Chariots as a unit.
Oh, okay.
2 Single Boar Chariots. A 30 Nasher Herd. And 14 Common Mounted Ed Bashers.
Wow, okay.
I think the guy's been watching my videos.
I think he has.
No one does the big unit of Mounted Ed Bashers.
That's true, but I like all the Nashers.
Then that 30 Nasher.
And I always like Chariots.
So, there's a layout. 2 random walls on the left.
2 random walls on the left?
On the far left.
Is that a wall or a hedge?
Well, one's a hedge, one's a wall.
Okay.
Another wall over here.
Okay.
This was a forest here.
Okay.
This was played as a building.
Okay.
This was a forest.
Okay.
And this was a hill.
Okay.
And this is a carpet. I mean, this is the
carpet of like flooded terrain.
It's blue terrain.
You're playing the Netherlands after the rain.
This was secure target, where you had the two counters. We played the deploy. What is it? I think it's the Dawn Assault, the marching column.
Okay.
So I deployed down this way.
Right.
He chose the same. Once we had 3 down, I dropped my entire army.
Okay.
To go first.
And then you took the picture at that point.
And took a picture, and when he finished deploying, that's what it looked like.
Okay.
Spiders mounting the building. It's right here on this base.
I really don't want to hear about that, but okay. The base is the spider. Okay.
Looking at this, that unit of Feral Orcs scare me, and that unit of Nashers scare me.
Okay, I'm trying to figure out who's who from this picture.
Feral Orcs here, Nashers here.
Those are the Nashers.
Gargantula.
Okay. Goblins?
Goblins are back here.
And the chariots.
And
that's the 2 goblin chariots?
These are the 2 goblin chariots.
And those are the 2 orc chariots without
orc
the
chariot
bases.
and orc chariot.
Okay.
And with nothing in the back.
And the 14 Ed Bashers are?
14 Ed Bashers are right here behind the building.
Okay.
You can't hardly see them.
All right.
So there you go.
Oh, his BSB. Was he on foot or was
BSB's on foot. His BSB and his mage are in this unit.
Okay.
This skirmish goblin unit.
Okay.
There we go. So we got that. Vanguard. My hunter came up. Mammoth hunter came up. His wolf riders popped around to the wall.
Okay.
And that was about it for that.
All right.
And I'm going to go first.
Okay.
So moving first, I come up a bit over here, make sure everybody gets within range. We come up and occupy this woods here. Actually, the Mammoth hunter actually came back a bit.
Okay.
Mammoth over here. And Scrap Launcher.
Okay.
It has a line through, make sure he has a line of sight through this gap to there.
Right.
And
some spells.
Cast some spells. Actually, I think those were just laying there. I didn't really get anything off. But
let's see a flaming sword.
The Scrap Launcher Flaming Swords got off on the bubble, which affected this unit, and this unit.
So you get
which
something
is
off.
not huge, but
So you're lying to our listeners.
well, the bad thing was I always plan on my opponent stopping the spell, so I didn't pay enough attention. He should have gone and joined one of these units, so he could have stretched it.
Yeah.
The +1 to wound. But as it was, we murdered the ferals
Okay.
down to 9.
Yeah, that would make him happy.
Which made me very happy.
Yep.
Because we concentrated all our shooting on it.
Yep.
So that was a very
Scratapult did
successful
his
turn.
job.
What's that?
Scratapult did his job.
Scratapult killed a few, and then just the shooting
Rest
just
of it, regular shooting. Yeah.
mowed them down. Otherwise, we kind of sat there,
Okay.
waited for him. To his turn, he came forward. He actually tried like an 11-inch charge with the 2 Wolf Rider chariots
Oh, okay.
onto my
That's
Mammoth
a
Hunter
Mammoth Hunter in the woods. Okay.
Came forward, didn't make it.
All right.
You can see that Bashers worked around the corner,
Yep. Sweep around the flank.
and the remainings of these 2 units just coming forward.
Right.
Remains of this unit and this unit.
Okay.
The Wolf Riders pulled back so they could shoot at my dog,
Okay. And the Orc Chariot pull back.
and the Orc Chariot poured the blade back. Not sure what he was thinking with the Orc Chariot
I
going
guess if
so
you
far
tried to
back,
get
but
through with your dog or something, you'd
Yeah.
charge it.
maybe. So there we have that.
That spider in the building is distracting me.
It is. So the Wolf Riders shoot off my dog,
Okay.
which is unfortunate. I was kind of hoping he was going to be around, but that's where that turn's going to end.
Okay.
So going into the next turn, decide, okay, let's charge. So
Right.
the mercenaries that were here on the hill charge down the hill into the remaining ferals.
Okay.
Figure I'm going to smash them good. Turn to face the side flank of his line.
Right.
Bruisers don't care if this unit charges me in the flank.
Nope.
Just moving
got
forward.
more attacks that way.
And then these 3 units all line up to deal with this.
Okay.
Deal with the squig herd.
Yeah, you'd rather not have that hit you.
The bruisers here needed, I think, an 8 to get into the goblin wolf chariots and failed.
Okay.
So they just stagger forward.
And no, maybe we'll be able to see the chariots on his turn.
And the Mammoth Hunter backed up a bit.
He said, oops.
Correct. And of course, these bruisers came forward to chaff the spider.
Okay.
And that's what it is. So, shooting and magic, we reduce the squig herd down to what you're seeing. 6, 7, looks like 13.
Yep.
So we smash a whole bunch of them. There we go. And over to the top right, you can see the mercenaries have crushed the ferals and turned towards the center of the board.
Yep.
They're out of the arc of the Nashers, but face to where they can go deal with wherever they go.
Right.
So back to his turn. He declares a charge with the Nashers into my tribesmen, which I was not looking for.
Okay.
The Orc Chariot charges my unit of bruisers up front, and the Parachariots, needing an 11, charge into my Mammoth Hunter down here on the bottom of the board,
Okay.
through the woods. So there you have that. And, off to the left, the Ed Bashers charge into the flank of my bruisers.
Ah, all right.
So, Chariots make it in
Yeah.
and take 2 wounds through the... actually take 1 wound from the forest.
Okay.
I stand and shot and got 1 wound
Oh,
on him.
okay.
But they took 1 wound through the forest.
Yeah, missed it by that much.
Yeah. And I'm like, oh, that's still okay. Not a big deal.
It's all about impact.
Over here, the Orc Chariot comes in, makes it in. I have to pivot to him.
Right.
And the Nasher herd... Oh, sorry. And the Orc Chariot from the back corner charges into the rear of my
Oh.
mercenaries.
Over the wall?
Wall doesn't bother you anymore.
Oh.
Which is, whatever. Unless you're up against it, defending it. And the Nashers make it in. So all his charges were successful in that turn, which was not that great. The only one that really bothers me is, it was another long charge from the chariots, and they made it. So
Yeah.
I guess if you try enough 11s, you're going to make one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
The other thing that's a little bit bothersome is that unit of Nashers on my mage.
Yep.
That's not good. If only they were flaming. And the Wolf Rider, as you can see, come around the flank.
To do more shooting.
They're circling around. They're going to shoot the bruisers on the hill and just generally annoy me. I got that. So, what do we have? Who's fighting? Nobody.
Nashers.
Anybody going to fight? Oh, so
Chariots,
he comes in with the chariots
everything.
and rolls 11 for impact hits.
That's a lot of impact hits.
So it goes up to 13.
Yeah.
So that's not good.
It's not good.
He ends up breaking me and ran me down.
So he didn't wipe you out with those hits.
He only got 3 wounds through.
But you got 1 wound on him.
And I got 1 wound back on him, and
the remaining chariot.
he crushed me and ran me down.
Yep.
Yeah, that's not good. That's the first very bad thing that happened.
Yep.
Up top, you can see the chariot came in and did 2 wounds to me. I did 1 to him. We stand up there.
Yeah, it's kind of bad luck.
Bad luck for both of us, actually. I thought he would do more, and I thought I would do more.
Yeah, yeah.
The Boar Riders crushed the Bruisers, and I think they must have held. The chariot came into the back of the mercenaries and killed 1, but the mercenaries were having none of that, and they turned around and didn't even turn around. They just leaned back and killed it.
Yeah, well, those attacks.
Yeah, it's 15 attacks coming back.
It doesn't get good impact. He's screwed.
So, anyway. So we got that going for us.
Okay.
We crushed the Nasher herd in the center, but he killed my mage.
Okay.
He had 4 of them on me with 3 behind it. That's 8. It's 11 attacks.
Right.
Hitting me on 4s. That's only 5. He only wounds me. Should only wound me 2.5. But whatever. He rolled a little high and got through and killed me.
You can
It
always
happens.
be a victim of a Yahtzee roll.
Correct. So, anyway. So I'm dead with my mage. That hurts a lot. Going on to my next turn. The unit of Bombardiers up here on the hill do a 180 pivot. And the Wolf Riders are like, oops.
Yeah.
Everybody else turns in towards the face the oncoming Ed Bashers.
Yep, everyone who can.
Everybody else who wasn't tied up. His spider, last turn, remember, it did not charge.
Right.
It had a bonus of movement. He had the movement bonus on it from the witchcraft spell.
Okay.
And took his 18-inch move and went all the way back here.
All the way back where?
All the way back behind the tower.
Oh, really?
He's way back there. He didn't want anything to do with the mercenaries, apparently. There he is. There's the base. You can see it down here at the bottom of the tower.
Yeah.
And these guys have moved into the tower.
Oh, I thought you said it was impassable.
We said this was a building, this game.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
He wanted to play it as a building.
Okay.
After thinking about it later, this unit can't go in the building because it's too big. But anyway, I did not think of it at the time.
It's too big because...
Well, it's 5 wide, which normally could fit in the
because
building,
it's
but they're a skirmish formation,
Yes,
so they
the
should not be
problem
able to
with
fit.
the rules. Yeah.
Correct.
It's the same number of guys, same size, because they're on a skirmish base, because it's based on your footprint.
Right.
Can't enter a building.
Can't enter. They could not. They would have to. Yeah, they're too big one way or the other.
Yeah.
If they're 16, they could do it, but they can't do it any
Yep.
bigger. Anyway, moving on. You can see I've shot off a couple of these guys. The Boar Riders. If I go back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You start with 14, he's down to what, 11?
Down to 11. So I move off. The Mammoth moves off to the left so he can't charge me. Get out of his arc.
Okay.
The Boar Riders. Just barely.
Yep.
Meanwhile, the fight at the the Orc Chariot in the center of the board goes on. Just drags on. The Chariot and my Bruisers.
Right.
That just keeps going forever. The Bombardiers who pivoted around shot off the Wolf Riders, put 3 or 4 wounds on them, and they fled
Panicking ran
off
away.
the table.
Okay.
Which was fine with me as long as they're gone. And that's it. So back to him.
Just Gratipole do.
Scratapult's been doing nothing. Well, it's I don't know. Been doing nothing of note.
Wait,
since
facing,
the
I
first
guess,
round.
it was shooting.
He was shooting at the unit of boar riders.
Okay. Not the guys in the building.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that works against guys in the building. I think they get hard. I don't know.
Yeah,
I just don't know how it works.
Yeah, I forgot what it was.
But they're immune to, because they have the banner of discipline. They're immune to panic. So I'm not doing it. I have to kill them all.
Yeah, I thought it was like D6 for something. I can't remember myself now, but yeah.
Rules have changed. Whatever.
Yeah.
I think it still hits the whole box, but I'm not sure.
And we don't play buildings, so. Yeah.
And I rarely play with buildings, which is my mistake.
Yeah.
All right. So elsewhere, goes back to him. He charges, and I don't know. Again, he charged the unit of boar boys into this unit.
Right.
And I fled from it because I think I was just trying to bait him forward. But I think, thinking back, I probably should have stood. Although that general does put out a lot of damage.
Yep.
The unit's only hitting me on 4s, so...
It's not the unit's the problem, it's the character.
Yeah,
so,
but I think he does enough to...
Yeah, alternate charges, it's going to hurt.
To smack me. So anyway, so he declares a charge, I flee.
Mm-hmm.
He redirects into the bombardiers, who also leave. And that pulls him forward into the woods, which kills one of them. Or 2. I think he had... Yeah, it just kills 1. The dangerous terrain running into the forest kills 1.
Okay.
Not what I'm hoping. I want to charge the Mammoth into his flank on this turn, but that's his general on this edge.
Right.
So I was like, okay, maybe not.
How bad could that be?
Yeah, I think it can be pretty bad. But in the mercenaries are too far out to get a reliable charge in.
Okay.
Or I would charge them. But they're too far for a reliable charge. So I move up and decide, well, let's just take our shots. You can see his spider up top has returned. This base has come back over. And what's going on?
So the flat base is hanging out with the flat trees.
His flat base is saying, oh yeah. The other thing that happened was his chariot came back on the board down here.
Okay.
Face towards my Scratapult.
Yep. Seems like a good target.
So going back to my turn 4.
Tribesmen didn't rally? Everybody's running.
Did they
Your
still
turn?
run? Yeah, they must have. They did not rally. Tribesmen did not rally. Looks like the bombardiers did not either.
Yeah.
Yeah, neither one rallied. Mercenaries.
Oh, they turned around.
Mercenaries came forward. Who did? The
Bombardiers.
Bombardiers turned around. Mercenaries came forward a little bit to get better shots at the guys in the woods.
Right.
Between them and the Mammoth and the Scratapult, we shot off 4 more of them.
Okay.
So we're whittling them down, but we can't get rid of them. The bruisers up top come forward to chaff up this giant spider, so it cannot come into this flank of my mercenaries. And the fight goes on, and the bruiser and the chariot still going on. I have 1 wound on me. He's got 3 on him, it looks like. And now we're going into turn 4. So turn 4, he charges me into the flank. Bottom of turn 4, he charges the Scratapult in the flank with his chariot. His unit of the Ed Bashers back out of the center, and his spider comes in at my mercenaries. My bruisers. My other bruiser in the center finishes off his chariot. And that he came in, charged me, did 2 wounds. I did 2 wounds back.
Oh well.
And rolled a 3 to stand.
And hung around, so you should be
with my leadership 6.
Should be okay now.
Well, except for the fact the game's over.
Yeah.
We only got 4 turns in this game. This was a
Oh.
very slow game. There's a lot of rules being looked up every time, almost every turn on this game.
Oh, okay.
Just slowed everything down.
Oh.
Because again, if you look, I mean, he's now out in the open. If I have another round of shooting, I'm going to tear up this unit.
Right.
It's the only one that can hold that objective.
Yep.
Anyway, I'm still got that one lone bruiser out here, which can go deal with chaff for this guy, the spider, again, if it needs to.
Yeah.
And this unit rallied at the very end and just
Okay.
reformed, I believe.
He's kind of out of the fight.
They are out of the fight, but did they rally or not? They had to because they're facing a different direction.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Um,
Yeah, so only 4 turns. You were distracted by the blue carpet.
it was only 4 turns, which was just terrible.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
think another turn and I'm in really good shape, but
Yeah.
who knows? Yeah, you never know how it's going to go. But
Yep. Yep. Never know how the dice are going to land.
But anyway, as it is, it was a 11-9
Okay, and nobody got the.
ogre victory, and each one of us has one of the objectives.
Right. Right.
Because he's got the one on the left, I've got the one on the right.
Okay.
So, yeah, like I said, another turn. These guys come forward 6, shoot. This guy moves over 6, shoots.
Right. Right.
And I think I brought him down to almost nothing.
So at this point, you've won all but one of your games.
1 out of 3?
Yeah.
4?
Yeah.
1 out of 4, correct.
Out of-
I lost. So, I'm not doing bad, but 11-9, nothing to write home about.
True. True.
But it is a win.
Better than the 9/11
It is.
in many ways.
All right.
So, yeah.
Thanks for listening.
Till next time.